Imagine turning poverty into a billion-dollar empire, with no inheritance, no title, and nothing but determination and vision. Sounds impossible, right? But that was the journey of Amancio Ortega, the founder of Zara. In a world where success is often linked to privilege, Ortega broke all the rules. He demonstrated that with innovation and intelligence, it's possible to create something extraordinary, even when starting from scratch. His story is not just inspiring, it's a practical guide for anyone wanting to turn challenges into opportunity. A humble beginning and early challenges. Amancio Ortega was born in 1936 in Buzdongo de Arbas, a small village in Spain, surrounded by mountains and the harshness of rural life. From a young age, he faced extraordinary challenges, growing up in a family with limited resources. His father, a railway worker, earned a modest salary, while his mother, a homemaker, juggled to support her children. One poignant scene he would remember for life was when he saw his mother humiliated for not being able to get credit at a grocery store. This moment planted the seed of determination. He swore he would never let this happen again. At 14, he left school to help with the family finance, taking a job as a delivery boy at a clothing store. While the job was simple, it sparked a sharp curiosity about how the clothing business worked. He observed customers closely, noticing their habits and desires. It was a chance to learn hands-on, turning every day into a lesson in human behavior. His humble beginnings became a source of motivation, and the challenges of that time shaped his resilience. Beyond material scarcity, growing up in post-Civil War Spain presented its own set of challenges. The economy was unstable, and opportunities were rare for ordinary families. However, Ortega remained undeterred by the circumstances, nurturing an optimism that would later make him a visionary. He understood he needed to create something extraordinary, and his keen eye for detail set him apart. Poverty wasn't just financial, it also limited access to formal education. Without books or teachers, Ortega developed a crucial skill: learning through observation and experience. This led him to absorb practical knowledge, such as understanding the value of effort and persistence. His rural environment also nurtured his emotional intelligence, teaching him how to relate to people and solve everyday problems creatively. The work as a delivery boy was physically demanding, but Ortega saw it as an opportunity to grow. He soon realized that retail offered more than just a paycheck. It was a window to innovation. Instead of complaining about his fate, he decided to look ahead with ambitious eyes. It was about exploring new ideas and transforming small moments into big inspiration. These early years of struggle and learning laid the foundation for his entrepreneurial mindset. Ortega believed that true wealth didn't come solely from money, but from the knowledge he absorbed every day. The connections he made with people, whether delivering packages or listening to customers' stories, would become a key differentiator in his journey. Though his childhood was marked by challenges, Ortega never gave up. Every hardship he faced was a piece in the puzzle he was assembling for the future. This paved the way for the next step in his journey, entering the textile and starting to build a historical legacy. Start of his career in textiles. After years of delivering packages, Amancio Ortega took the next step by entering the textile industry as an apprentice at a local shirt factory, Gala. There, he learned the ins and outs of clothing production, from fabric cutting to finishing touches. It was in this environment that Ortega began to see the tremendous potential of the fashion industry. He realized that it wasn't just about selling clothes, it was about understanding what customers truly wanted. With an insatiable curiosity, he learned the secrets of production and began to dream bigger. At Gala, Ortega quickly stood out due to his practical intelligence. He found ways to optimize processes, impressing his colleagues. It wasn't just a job it was an opportunity to learn extraordinary things. He understood, for example, how production time impacted the final price and how small tweaks could improve efficiency. Ortega was silently preparing for a revolution that would forever change the industry. Beyond the technical side, Ortega also cultivated human skills. He observed customers closely and asked strategic questions to understand their needs. It was there he noticed a huge gap in the market. Quality clothes were inaccessible to most people. This discovery sparked an innovative vision in him for affordable products without compromising quality. It seemed like a distant goal, but for Ortega, it was a challenge he could conquer. Over the years, he became indispensable at Gala. His dedication caught the attention of the owner, who entrusted Ortega with more complex tasks. However, he wasn't content with being an employee. He constantly imagined how he could do things differently if he had his own business. It was as if a mental map of extraordinary ideas was forming in his mind. just waiting for the right moment to be put into action. During this time, Ortega began to save rigorously. Every penny he saved was a step toward his dream of starting something of his own. He understood that success would be built upon the sum of small sacrifices. Additionally, he took advantage of his free time to study the market, visit other stores, and identify trends. His curiosity and determination fueled his forward momentum, even without guarantees of success. This phase was crucial in shaping his entrepreneurial mindset. Ortega understood that success in the textile industry relied on three pillars: production efficiency, understanding customer needs, and affordable prices. He saw each lesson as a key piece in his journey. He was a man who saw the mysteries of fashion as a fascinating puzzle, where every detail had historical significance. His time at Gala became the laboratory where Ortega developed the skills that would later make him one of the most influential business people in the world. He was just beginning his journey, but he was already dreaming of something extraordinary. This vision would lead him to take the next step, founding his first company and starting to build his empire. The first major step. Creating GOA in the early 1960s, Amancio Ortega took a bold step toward his dream, founding his first company, called GOA, alongside his then-wife Mera. He started a small workshop in La Coruca in northwestern Spain, aimed at producing cozy robes for women, a practical and in-demand item at the time. With a limited budget and a lot of manual work, GOA began to take shape in a humble setting, but with extraordinary ambition. Ortega bet on an innovative model for the time, eliminating intermediaries. He believed that producing and distributing his garments internally was key to reducing costs and speeding up delivery. This approach proved to be incredibly efficient, allowing his clothes to reach the consumer at much more affordable prices. This concept, which would later become the heart of Zara's model, started as a simple but brilliant idea. GOA operated with a strong focus on quality and customer satisfaction. While Mera handled part of the sewing, Ortega supervised production and managed sales. He insisted on visiting the retailers who bought his clothes, building a relationship of trust that helped expand the business rapidly. Every new order was confirmation that he was on the right track, motivating him to work even harder. Slowly, the small workshop began to grow, and Ortega started diversifying his products. In addition to robes, he began producing other items, always paying attention to detail and customer preferences. He understood that to stand out in the market, one had to be extraordinary, both in quality and delivery. Ortega also started experimenting with smaller inventories, a strategy that allowed him to launch new models more frequently and reduce waste. Although GOA's growth was promising, it was not without challenges. Ortega faced financial problems and delivery delays but never gave up. Instead, they used these setbacks as learning opportunities. Every difficulty was a chance to adjust the business model and make it more efficient. This mindset of continuous adaptation was critical to the company's success. GOA was not just a factory, it was a laboratory of innovation. Ortega introduced practices that anticipated market trends, such as vertical integration and small-scale production customization. He didn't view competition as a threat, but as an opportunity to differentiate. This innovative vision quickly earned his products recognition as affordable and high quality. This first major step laid the foundation for something even bigger. The experience gained at GOA not only shaped Ortega's entrepreneurial mindset, but also prepared him for an even more ambitious challenge: creating Zara, which would revolutionize the fashion industry forever. The creation of Zara and the retail revolution in 1975, Amancio Ortega took a step that would forever change the fashion world. He founded Zara. The first store opened in La Coruca, in the same location where GOA had been operating. The name was chosen for practicality, adapted from Zorba, in reference to the film Zorba the Greek, but modified due to the unavailability of the registration. The small store was born with an innovative and challenging proposal: to bring high-quality clothing, inspired by high-fashion trends, to ordinary people at affordable prices. It was an extraordinary concept that broke with the norms of the time. Ortega saw a unique opportunity in the market. While traditional brands took months to launch collections, Zara could do it in just weeks. He implemented a revolutionary production and distribution system known as fast fashion. This model allowed stores to constantly refresh their inventory, bringing new items weekly. The secret lay in vertical integration. Zara controlled all stages, from design to final delivery, eliminating intermediaries and optimizing processes. The store was designed to be more than just a sales. Ortega wanted customers to have an experience. Every detail was carefully thought out, from the lighting to the product display. He believed fashion should be influential, able to transform how people perceived themselves. Zara began closely observing consumers, adjusting collections in real time based on what was most sought after. This proximity to the audience became a historic differentiator. Zara's initial success was surprising, but Ortega knew this was just the beginning. His insatiable curiosity for new ideas led him to expand rapidly. The Zara model was scalable, which allowed for the opening of new stores across Spain and, shortly after, in other countries. Ortega understood that to be innovative, one had to think globally but act locally, adapting to the cultures and specific needs of each region. Fast production and constant renewal also challenged traditional retail logic, while competitors accumulated stock and invested in large marketing campaigns. Zara focused on efficiency and word of mouth. Ortega knew nothing was more powerful than a satisfied customer. He also avoided frequent promotions or sales, preferring to create a sense of urgency with limited collection. This strategy proved to be incredibly smart and helped solidify the brand. More than selling clothes, Ortega was creating a cultural phenomenon. Zara became known as an extraordinary brand, able to translate the latest trends into affordable and desirable pieces. The accelerated production cycle generated a sense of exclusivity, prompting customers to return to stores frequently. This innovative approach was so efficient that it began to attract the attention of major players in the industry. The creation of Zara was the starting point for a retail revolution that would spread across the globe. Ortega not only built a brand, he transformed the way people consumed fashion. However, he knew the real challenge was just beginning, expanding this model sustainably while maintaining the essence of innovation. International expansion and global impact. With Zara's success firmly established in Spain, Amancio Ortega began to look beyond the country's border. In 1988, Zara opened its first international store in Porto, Portugal. This milestone was a historic step for the company, but also a bold bet. Ortega understood that in order to thrive outside his home country, he had to deeply study international markets and adapt to their particularity. His curiosity for new cultures and desire to innovate were the driving forces behind this expansion. The Zara model quickly proved scalable and effective in different contexts. In 1989, a store opened in New York, one of the fashion capitals of the world. The impact was extraordinary. American consumers were amazed at how quickly trends were turned into affordable pieces. It wasn't long before Zara entered strategic markets like France, Italy, and the United Kingdom, establishing itself as a significant player on the global stage. Ortega employed a smart approach to expansion. He prioritized cosmopolitan cities and urban centers where demand for fashion was high. This strategy ensured visibility and attracted consumers who were looking for innovative and affordable products. Additionally, he adopted the policy of locating Zara's operations close to target market, reducing delivery times and maintaining the promise of constant novelty. It was a dynamic system that few companies could replicate. Another factor that boosted Zara's global success was its technological integration. Ortega invested in advanced logistics systems capable of tracking demand in real time. Data collected from stores was sent directly to design and production teams, allowing for almost instantaneous adjustment. This operational intelligence not only reduced waste but also ensured that each store reflected local customer preferences. Zara's global impact wasn't just economic, it was also cultural. The brand became synonymous with democratic fashion, challenging the dominance of traditional luxury labels. For many, access to the latest trends was no longer a privilege reserved for the elite. Ortega turned what was once an exclusive right into something accessible, creating an extraordinary phenomenon that connected people from different parts of the world. By the 1990s, Zara was already a global force, but Ortega didn't stop there. He diversified the portfolio of the Inditex, which began to include other brands like Massimo Dutti, Pull & Bear, and Bershka. This expansion further solidified his position as one of the most influential entrepreneurs in the textile industry. Ortega understood that every market had unique needs, and creating brands with their own identities was a smart way to meet them. Zara's international expansion was one of the most impressive chapters in Amancio Ortega's story. He didn't just take his brand worldwide. He redefined the rules of the game in the fashion market. However, as the company grew, new challenges arose, such as the need to sustain innovation at scale and address criticisms regarding the social and environmental impacts of the fast fashion model. The innovative business model behind Zara's business model is one of the most extraordinary and innovative in the textile industry. Based on the fast fashion philosophy, it was designed to create, produce, and distribute new collections in record time. While many traditional brands took months to launch product, Zara could have new pieces in stores within just a few weeks. This fast-paced rhythm became the foundation of its strategy and a key factor in its global success. Amancio Ortega implemented vertical integration as one of the cornerstones of the business. This means Zara controls almost all stages of the production chain, from design to store delivery. This approach eliminates intermediaries and ensures greater efficiency while maintaining strict control over quality and cost. Few companies adopt this model on a large scale, making Zara a unique phenomenon in retail. Another key point is the proximity to the customer. Zara uses a real-time feedback system. Data collected in stores, such as color preference, styles, and popular sizes, is sent directly to design team. This market intelligence allows the brand to quickly adjust its production to meet customer demands, keeping it relevant and influential. This direct connection between the customer and the product is one of the smartest aspects of the model. Moreover, Zara operates with smaller inventories and a constant rotation of products. This strategy creates a sense of urgency among consumers, encouraging them to make quick purchases to secure items before they disappear from shelves. It's a powerful psychological trick that boosts product turnover and reduces excess inventory. Ortega turned this approach into a powerful tool for maximizing sales and minimizing waste. The strategic location of Zara's factories and distribution centers is also a decisive factor. Much of the production is done in Europe, near key markets. This reduces delivery times and allows for greater flexibility in stock replenishment. While other brands outsource much of their production to Asian countries, Zara chooses to keep much of the process closer to home, ensuring speed and quality. Another innovative feature of the model is the almost complete absence of large advertising campaigns. Unlike many brands that spend fortunes on marketing, Zara invests in the in-store customer experience and the constant renewal of collection. Ortega believed that the most powerful advertisement was customer satisfaction. Thus, the brand built a strong name based on consistently delivering products that wowed and surprised. This business model not only revolutionized retail, but also set a new standard for the fashion industry. Though widely imitated, few have managed to replicate Zara's success. Ortega demonstrated to the world that with intelligence and innovation, it's possible to turn a simple idea into a global empire. Now, the challenge was to maintain this pace in an increasingly competitive market that was beginning to question the environmental and social impacts of fast fashion. Amancio Ortega's legacy and business philosophy. Amancio Ortega has always been known for his discretion and aversion to the spotlight. Even as one of the wealthiest men in the world, he maintains a humble stance and a relatively simple lifestyle. For Ortega, the focus was never on glamour, but on creating something extraordinary and lasting. His business philosophy is built on the principles of efficiency, innovation, and a deep understanding of customer needs, values that turned Zara and the Inditex Group into global giants. One of the most remarkable aspects of his legacy is how he democratized fashion. Before Zara haute couture trends were reserved for a select audience, Ortega broke down this barrier, proving that elegant high-quality clothes could be accessible to everyone. He didn't just change the way people dressed, he also influenced the way the industry operated. The concept of fast fashion, though controversial, became a landmark in the textile industry, redefining what was possible in terms of production and distribution. Despite his success, Ortega has never forgotten his humble roots. He often reminisces about his early life and how it shaped his worldview. His work ethic is a clear reflection of this. Even after decades of achievement, he was known for arriving early at the office and participating in daily operation. This mindset not only made him an influential leader but also a rare example of simplicity in the business. Another central point of his legacy is his collaborative approach. Ortega always emphasized the importance of teams and collective work. He created a corporate culture that values creativity and agility, encouraging employees to bring innovative ideas to the table. For him, Zara's success was not the work of a single individual, but the result of a collective effort, where every contribution was valued. Beyond his business impact, Ortega also made his mark in philanthropy. Through the Amancio Ortega Foundation, he invested billions in social initiatives, such as improving education and modernizing healthcare equipment in Spain. This commitment reflects his belief that business success should be paired with social responsibility. It's a vision that strengthens his influence not only as a businessman, but also as a global citizen. However, his legacy is not without challenges. The fast fashion model faces criticism over environmental issues and working conditions in some factories. Ortega acknowledged these problems, and in recent years Inditex has increased efforts to make its operations more sustainable. Initiatives such as the use of recycled materials and the reduction of carbon footprints demonstrate that the company is responding to the demands of a changing world. Amancio Ortega is undoubtedly one of the most influential and intelligent entrepreneurs of his generation. His impact extends far beyond clothing. He created a business model that combines innovation, efficiency, and accessibility in an extraordinary way. His name will be etched in history as the man who transformed the fashion world and inspired millions to dream big, regardless of their circumstance. Leadership transition and the challenges ahead. In 2011, Amancio Ortega announced his retirement as president of the Inditex Group, marking a historic transition in the company's leadership. He chose Pablo Ayla, one of Europe's most respected executives, to take the helm. This decision was not made hastily, but rather as part of a carefully crafted plan. Ortega knew that in order to ensure the continuation of his extraordinary vision, it was essential to prepare leaders who shared his values and innovative mindset. Even after stepping away from daily management, Ortega continued to monitor the development of Inditex closely. He maintained a strategic role, offering advice and guidance when necessary. His transition served as an example of organizational intelligence. Instead of centralizing power, he built a solid structure based on collaboration and autonomy for his teams. This approach ensured that the group remained influential even in his absence. The new leaders faced historical challenges. The fashion industry was undergoing rapid transformation. With the growth of e-commerce and increasing demands for more sustainable practices, Ortega had always been known for anticipating trends, and this legacy continued at Inditex. Under the new leadership, the company accelerated its digital presence, investing in e-commerce platforms and artificial intelligence technology to personalize the customer experience. Another crucial point was sustainability. The fast fashion model, once celebrated for its efficiency, began to be criticized for its environmental impact. Ortega and his team recognized the importance of adapting to an increasingly conscious world. Inditex announced ambitious goals, such as using exclusively sustainable materials by 2030 and implementing circular economy practices. These initiatives reflect an effort to balance innovation with social responsibility. The leadership transition also brought about cultural changes. Pablo Ayla reinforced the integration between the group's brands while maintaining the focus on the essence that made Zara unique. The ability to constantly renew inventories and respond to customer demands continued to be pillars of the business model. This blend of tradition and innovation is one of the reasons why Inditex remains relevant in such a dynamic market. At the same time, global competition intensified. Giants like H&M and emerging digital brands began to compete in the affordable fashion market. Ortega had prepared Inditex to face these challenges, encouraging the company to reinvent itself continuously. He understood that true innovation wasn't just about creating something new but also about improving what already existed, staying ahead of the curve. Amancio Ortega's transition to a more discreet role was a test for Inditex's future. However, his extraordinary vision and the system he built ensured that the company not only survived but thrived. The challenge now was to continue this legacy, adapting to constant changes and maintaining the essence of a brand that had conquered the world. The cultural impact and lasting influence of Amancio Ortega. Amancio Ortega's legacy goes far beyond financial or business success. He left a profound mark on global culture, changing the way people view fashion. Before Ortega, fashion was often seen as a symbol of status, accessible only to a small portion of society. With Zara and the fast fashion model, he popularized trends and democratized access to stylish clothing, creating an extraordinary impact across different social layers. His vision influenced not only consumers but also the industry itself. Designers and luxury brands began to rethink their strategy, finding ways to adapt to a public that craved fast and affordable fashion. Ortega sparked a historical shift, bringing unprecedented dynamism to the textile sector. Zara became a reference, proving that it was possible to balance innovation, quality, and competitive pricing, inspiring a new generation of entrepreneurs. Moreover, Ortega became a symbol of perseverance. His life story is often remembered as a powerful narrative of overcoming adversity. a humble boy who, with determination and intelligence, built one of the world's largest business empires. This example serves as an inspiration for millions of people who dream of overcoming their own challenges. He showed that with curiosity and focus, it's possible to turn simple ideas into extraordinary achievements. The cultural impact of Zara is also seen in people's everyday lives. The stores became more than just places to shop. They represented a connection to what's new and desirable. For many, wearing Zara is a reflection of style and intelligence, a way to stay in tune with the world without breaking the bank. This cultural phenomenon transcended geographical barriers, making the brand influential across every continent. However, the fast fashion model also sparked debates about conscious consumption and sustainability. Ortega acknowledged these challenges and began transitioning towards more responsible practice, showing that even industry giants must reinvent themselves. Inditex's journey towards more sustainable solutions proves that cultural impact can evolve into positive environmental and social impact. Additionally, Ortega redefined the role of a business leader. His discretion and simplicity contrasted with the traditional image of a magnate. He avoided the limelight, preferring to let his work speak for itself. This approach not only reinforced his image of humility, but also redefined what it means to be influential, leading with purpose, intelligence, and responsibility. Amancio Ortega's impact is so vast that it's difficult to fully measure. He shaped behavior, reimagined the fashion business, and showed that big ideas can have a global reach. His legacy will continue to inspire people and businesses to innovate, adapt, and dream big. The story of Zara is not just about fashion, but about the extraordinary human capacity to turn dreams into reality. Life lessons and teachings from Amancio Ortega. Amancio Ortega's story offers valuable lessons for anyone seeking inspiration in their personal or professional journey. One of the greatest lessons he leaves is the power of resilience. Despite starting life with few resources and many difficulties, Ortega never allowed circumstances to limit his vision. He saw every challenge as an opportunity to learn, a philosophy that proved essential throughout his journey. Another significant lesson is the importance of staying grounded, even in the face of success. Ortega never got carried away by glamour or the need for public recognition. He believed that true value lies in doing the job well and in the ability to transform people's lives through his creation. This humble, focused mentality made him not just an extraordinary leader, but also a rare example of simplicity in the business. Ortega also demonstrated that curiosity is an essential driver of innovation. From a young age, he closely observed the market, consumers, and the processes around him. This ability to spot opportunities and find intelligent solutions was what led him to revolutionize the fashion industry. He proved that innovation isn't a solitary act, but the result of an open and creative mindset. His strategic vision is also a source of learning. He showed that sustainable success comes from efficiency and control over process. By implementing a vertically integrated business model and eliminating intermediaries, he not only reduced costs, but also increased the agility of his company. This approach serves as a reminder that thinking outside the box and challenging market norms can be the path to extraordinary results. Another important takeaway is his belief in the importance of people. Ortega always valued his team and created an environment where creativity and collaboration were encouraged. He understood that success is not a solitary achievement, but the result of collective work. This lesson resonates in any area of life. Surrounding yourself with talented and committed people is essential to reaching bigger goals. Finally, Ortega teaches us to never stop evolving. Even after decades of achievement, he continued to look for ways to improve and adapt his business to changing markets and society. This attitude of continuous growth is a powerful reminder that learning never ends. He inspires us to look to the future with optimism and to embrace transformation as an opportunity, not a threat. Amancio Ortega's journey is an invitation to reflect on what truly matters: determination, humility, intelligence, and the desire to create something meaningful. These lessons are valuable not just for entrepreneurs, but for anyone seeking to leave their mark on the world. His story challenges us to ask, what dreams are we ready to turn into reality? Now that you know Amancio Ortega's story, what's stopping you from starting your own transformation? He proved that humility, curiosity, and action can overcome any obstacle. What changes are you willing to make to create something extraordinary? Think about it and start today. If you enjoyed this story and want to keep learning, subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and stay tuned for more inspiring content like this.